It's that time of year again where I change my makeup bag for something a little bit more season appropriate. So I'm ditching my summer makeup products, which if you want to see which ones were in my makeup bag for summer, I have a video on that as well. I do one of these every season. And this is just a way to rotate my makeup and also keep things interesting, keeping in mind the season that we're in. It's officially autumn now, and I'm going to be switching up some of the products and adding some things into my makeup bag that make me feel more comfortable for the autumn time, especially in the lip category. Everything else is going to be more or less things that you may have seen before. I have a few more new additions that I don't think I've put into any of these makeup bags before. And yeah, this is mostly a shop my stash. So all of these products were already in my collection in one way or another. So they've been in my collection for a while, or they are semi-recent additions, but I haven't bought anything specifically for this makeup bag right now. I hope you enjoy this video, and as always, let me know what is in your seasonal makeup bag, and let's get started. So in terms of the makeup bag, I'm still using my Cézanne one. I know this might be boring if you've seen the last few videos, but I just love this makeup bag. It's the perfect size. You can see it's nice and square, but it's very small and compact. It opens from the top, so it's very easy to find things. And yeah, I just think it looks very classic and very timeless, so I can use it on different seasons. So I'm going to keep using this one because it's great for travel. We've been traveling a little bit more lately now that the baby is 3 months old, and it's a little bit easier to travel around with her. We've been traveling around to see family, and I've been taking this makeup bag, and it's worked out great. So I'm going to keep using this. And yeah, let's jump into the products. Starting with Complexion, I'm going to put in my Lumi Glotion in the color Light. Basically, my skin has been feeling very kind of dull lately. It's just started to get a little bit colder, but I didn't really get a lot of sun this summer because, again, newborn baby meant that we spent a lot of time indoors because, well, she can't get sun. So yeah, this summer has been spent quite away from the sun. So my skin is a little bit, pale, paler than it tends to be at the end of summer, beginning of autumn, other years. So I need a little extra glow. So this is great for that. So I put a little bit of this on my cheeks, and it's been helping to give a little more light to my face. So I'm going to be adding this one in because I definitely think I need it. Even though it's more kind of a summery product because it's a glowy product, I definitely think I need it right now, even though it's autumn. So this one is definitely going in. For foundation and concealer, I'm going to go in with my trusty skin tint, which is the L'Oreal Perfect Match in the color Very Light. This is just great. I've talked about this multiple times. It's already looking quite disgusting because it's impossible to keep this packaging clean. There's been enough said about this product. It's going in because it makes my skin look like skin. It's very easy to work with. It doesn't give me any trouble. It lets me get ready quite quickly. So definitely trusting this one again this autumn. And in terms of concealer, I'm going with the Lancome one. This was in my Project Pan, and as you know, I'm not doing updates on Project Pan anymore, but I am going to be updating on empties very soon, and this one is probably going to be there because it's almost gone. I'm feeling it a lot lighter lately. It doesn't weigh as much, and it doesn't get the wand as dirty, so I think that we're definitely running low. So this might be featured in an empties video very soon. If you're an old Project Pan viewer and were wondering how my products were doing. For powder, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me. I have the color 115 Ivory. I ran out of my Rimmel powder that's in my Vintage Compact, and I had to buy this on a trip. So I'm just going to keep using this one, and once it's done, I will buy a refill for my Vintage Compact. I've actually really been enjoying this powder. It just gives a very light effect, a very natural effect. It's not cakey at all. So I'm really liking it. But yeah, I will be going back to my Rimmel powders because they do fit in my Vintage Compact, and I just love my compact. So I'll be going back to those very soon. But for the time being, this one is working just fine. And something that I wasn't planning on adding until I started using it again very recently was MAC Fix Plus. I bought this for a special event a few months ago, and now I've been using it on a kind of a more day-to-day basis because I have been noticing that my skin is very, very dry. Ever since I gave birth, my skin's just gone completely dry. It must be a postpartum thing. Who knows? Because What I'm finding out is that postpartum is crazy and every single person has a different reaction. So anything strange happening to my skin or, well, my body in general, I'm blaming it on postpartum. And my skin has been incredibly dry lately. My makeup has been very noticeable, especially anything that I put on my cheeks tends to kind of flake a little bit. And this has been helping loads. So I sprayed a little bit of this on after I do my makeup, and it does seem to help to keep my makeup more fresh. By the end of the day, it is looking flaky, but this gives me a good like 2 or 3 extra hours where it looks nice before it starts to flake. So I've been adding it to my routine, so I thought I would add it for this autumn makeup bag, even though it's not like not an autumny product, but I definitely do need it right now because my skin is it's going crazy. So definitely going in. Moving on to blush, I have 3 options here. I've got 2 powders and 1 liquid. I'm going to start with the liquid, which is the Rare Beauty in Bliss. This is one of the matte ones, and this is a shade that looks a lot more natural on me than Hope did, and I've been using it so much lately. I've used it all summer, and I do think that I'm going to continue using it into the winter because it just looks very natural on me. I'm really liking the formula. I know that people don't love the matte ones because this one is a matte formula. It is matte, so sometimes I want a more glowy effect, and I'll mix it with a Lumi Glotion, and it looks perfect. Instead of go out and buy another blush that's liquid but in a more glowy formula, I just mix these 2 together and it works fine. So just remember to shop your stash, and before you buy something new, just look around at what you have. So this one is absolutely going in because I love the way this looks. For powder blushes, I'm adding my Pat McGrath blush in Flirtatious because it's just one of those extremely boring colors that I love. So this is what it looks like. It's a dusty rose, beigey kind of blush that looks like absolutely nothing in the pan, but looks beautiful when you have quite fair skin like I do. So I know that these are so completely underwhelming, even though the packaging is gorgeous though. The color itself is very underwhelming. But again, these just look so gorgeous on pale skin that I can't not get these kind of shades. So this is my favorite kind of shade to wear, especially when I'm paler. This acts as almost like a bronzer on me because it does kind of warm up my face a little bit, but it also gives me the pink kind of effect that a blush would give. So I just adore this, and I haven't used it in a very long time. And also when I apply this one stays on all day, even without the Fix Plus. This will last me so many hours. It's a great formula. So I was excited to use it again because I haven't used it in a very long time. So I think that this is very season appropriate. The Pat McGrath blush is a little bit too matte, so if I ever want something a bit more glowy, I'm adding my Milani Baked Blush in Petal Primavera. This is very much the same shade as the Pat McGrath one, but in a luminous finish, and it's a baked formula, and it also lasts on the whole day, but this is a luminous finish, and the Pat McGrath is a more matte one. So I thought I would add both options just to have different options of the same shade. Also because most of my blushes are this shade, I don't tend to divert from them too much. So yeah, just to have a luminous versus matte option, I'm adding both of them. Also, these blushes are incredible quality for the price they have. If you get one of these, they're going to last you forever. You don't need any other blush. If you're looking into a kind of cost-effective product, these blushes, 100% worth it. Moving on to eyes, which I think is the most boring category in my makeup routine, so I'm going to speed through it. I have my Urban Decay Primer Potion, which I use whenever I do eyeliner. I'm not doing eyeshadow right now. In fact, I don't even have eyeshadow in this makeup bag, but I do use this for eyeliner, and it helps it stay on in place a lot longer. So this is something that you will always see in my makeup bags. I have 2 eyeliners because recently I've started wearing eyeliner again. So I have a pencil and a liquid, both of them in brown. And yeah, I've been really enjoying doing a little bit of eyeliner, just lining the outer corner of my lashes to kind of elongate my eyes and add a little bit of depth. And I hadn't done that in a very long time. And lately I've been doing it, and it just reminds me of how much I like the effect. It's just that I never want to do the extra effort of doing eyeliner. But lately I have been kind of doing that extra step, and I really enjoy the results. So these 2 are going in. These are the Maybelline Hyper Precise Liquid Liner in brown and the Bourjois Contour Clubbing Waterproof Liner, Pencil Liner in up and brown. Sometimes I'll do liquid liner if I want a more polished look, and I'll do pencil if I'm just going for a more natural look. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. So both of these are going in. And then I have brow mascara. This is from Catrice. This is nothing exciting. It's a dark brown eyebrow kind of fixing gel with a little tint to it. This makes them look very natural, so this is what I'm using, and I'll probably repurchase it because I'm not too bothered about eyebrows. I don't fill them in or anything. I just use a little bit of this and I'm done. And I also have a Catrice mascara in brown. This is a waterproof brown mascara, which you would think that it would be easier to find them, but in Spain it's very hard to find a brown waterproof mascara. And this is one of the few that I've actually found, and I actually enjoy the formula. So yeah, I don't know why it's so hard to find brown waterproof mascaras. I know that in the US there are like a million options when it comes to mascara in waterproof, non-waterproof. There's brown, dark brown, black brown. There's so many shades. But for some reason here in Spain, brown mascara is, you know, it's available. It's just not in a waterproof version. So I found that Catrice do a waterproof brown one, and I've picked up a couple of these because I actually really like the formula. It's very natural. So yeah, I just found that interesting that it's so hard to find brown waterproof mascaras, but this one is actually quite worth it. And lastly, we're going to move on to lips. I have 4 options right here. I think lips are my favorite category when it comes to changing out these makeup bags, because lipstick to me is what really defines my makeup, and using different shades actually really matches the season. So I've ditched my more pinky kind of bright lips for autumn shades, and I'm going to show you right now. We're starting with a classic, which is Clinique Black Honey. This is just such a great staple for every season, but particularly autumn. I think that this looks beautiful. This is kind of an everyday lip for me. I just throw a little bit of this on and it goes with everything. The only problem is that it doesn't last very long and you kind of have to keep reapplying it, which is not good for the product itself because it's going down very, very quickly, and this is quite expensive. So I think it's worth it, but I really wish it were a little bit more long lasting for the price point. But yeah, this is one of these staples that is absolutely going in. Another staple that I have in 2 different formulas, and both of them are going to be included in this autumn makeup bag, and that is Revlon's Rum Raisin. I have the regular cream lipstick and I have the shine one, both of which are just gorgeous for this season. So this is the regular lipstick. This is something I wear so often in the autumn and the winter because it just looks gorgeous, dabbed on and spread out with my finger. And then I have the shine version, which is a little less pigmented, but the same kind of dark red brown. And this one's quite glossy. So if I want a more glossy kind of everyday look, I'll go for this one. And if I'm looking for something more bold, I'll use the cream one. Both of these look quite dark on me because I am very pale, but I love the way they look with my skin tone as well. This time of year rolls around, these 2 always go into my makeup bag. And lastly, for lipstick, I am including a red because I've been enjoying red lipstick again. Once we start nearing the winter months, I think red starts being quite appropriate as well. I don't know, I really enjoy wearing red when it's cold. So this is the MAC Powder Kiss lipstick in Work, and it's more of a light kind of formula. It's not incredibly pigmented. It's matte but very comfortable, and it lasts quite a long time on the lips. This is a very cool toned red, so a lot of blue tones there. If you're neutral leaning cool like I am, this will look great on you. And yeah, I just wanted to add something a little bit more playful. If I fancy a brighter kind of makeup look, I have a red option, which is always a classic. And I don't always show you this, but these are the tools that I'm including as well. So I have this hourglass brush that I use for foundation, concealer, and liquid blush as well. So this is kind of a multi-use brush. This is so comfortable to use. I just use it for everything and then wash it in between, and it's holding up so nicely. I have another hourglass brush. This is a kabuki kind of powder brush. I use this for my setting powder. I have a Real Techniques blush brush. This is my favorite brush for powder blushes because it really lets you control how much product you're picking up and not go overboard. So I really like this. It's nice and loose and it's tapered. It gives you a lot of control over blush. This is the only blush brush that I like to use with my powders. Anything else kind of packs it on too heavy and it just looks wrong. This is my second one. I had an old one, like one of the first ones they came out with that I had for, I don't know, like almost 15 years, I guess. And it was disgusting. So I bought one of the newer versions, and this one's holding up really nicely. And lastly, I have a little spoolie for my eyebrows in case I don't want to put any gel in them and I just want to comb them. And then I have an eyelash curler, which I always have to curl my lashes because my lashes are quite straight. So if I don't curl my lashes and I put mascara on, you can barely see it. It just kind of goes straight forward. So curling my lashes is always a must. And there we have it. That is my autumn capsule makeup bag that I'm going to be using for the next 3 months or so. A lot of these products will also last me for my winter capsule makeup bag, but when that time comes, we will see if anything changes because I tend to get bored with blushes especially, and I need to switch them around. So I'll definitely be adding different things when that time comes. But for now, for the next 3 months, this is going to serve me quite well. I think there's enough in there to keep things interesting, even though the products are probably very boring to some of you, but to me this keeps it interesting and I can always reach for the rest of my makeup if I don't want to use anything in here. Also very travel friendly, so I'm going to be using this quite a lot in the next few months. Thank you so much for watching another of my makeup capsule, makeup bag videos. I know that a lot of people enjoy these, so I'm going to continue making them, and I love making them as well. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comments if any of these products are in your capsule makeup bag as well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.